Hi, Malati Vijay Kumar welcoming you once again to Meen Man Cooks. In today's episode, let's see how to prepare Punugulu using red rice and red beaten rice. Now let's see the ingredients required. This is red rice available in the market. 1 cup soaked for about 2 hours. 2 handfuls or approximately 1 cup of red beaten rice, aval, soaked in water. Urad dal, half cup, soaked in water for about 2 hours. Curry leaves and coriander leaves chopped. 3-4 green chilies chopped fine. 1 medium-sized onion chopped fine. Oil for frying. Salt to taste. Now let's grind the ingredients. The red rice is a little harder than the urad dal, so let's grind it for a couple of minutes and then we'll add the urad dal. You can make a puttu also with this rice. It's supposed to be very, very healthy. Let's add the urad dal now. Now let's add some water. We'll use the same water which we used to soak it. Just a little, not too much. Let's add another teaspoon of water. If you add too much water, your batter will be runny and your vadas won't be in shape. Let's just gently remove the batter from the sides because the center is done. You can just sprinkle a little water, less than a teaspoon. It is soft but still a little granular, which means it needs to be ground for another 2-3 minutes. About little less than a teaspoon of rock salt. This will enable it to grind. We'll add the beaten rice now, the soaked beaten rice. You can see it's in the correct consistency. You can see the air bubble as well, which means your urad dal is ground to a fine paste. Now it's time to add the beaten rice. Let's remove the water. We don't want the batter runny. Let's mix them all and just grind it. Mix it well. If you think you can see grains of the beaten rice, you can blend it once more. Now let's transfer it to the mixing bowl. Vadas need to be nice and crisp on the outside and soft inside. To get perfect vadas, soak your ingredients for the required time. While grinding, ensure you do not add too much water. Keep the water to a minimum. Make it as soft as you can. If you add too much water, the batter becomes runny, and the vadas will not only lose shape, they will absorb far too much oil. If you do not add the sufficient water, the batter will be hard. You will know by the feel of it. If it's hard, your vadas will turn out like stones. So ensure that the batter is nice and smooth, not very watery, nice and fluffy. When you lift it with your fingers, you should feel it light and airy. Let's transfer this now to the mixing bowl and add the chopped onions, green chilies, curry leaves. Let's beat it up nicely so that air is incorporated and our vadas will be nice and fluffy. So let's add the chopped onions and green chilies. Take your hands and touch the batter. The batter should not stick to your fingers. My mother-in-law used to say that's a test to see whether the batter is ground well or not. Now let's make the vadas. The wok is nice and hot, so let's add the oil to it. Take the batter in your hands, but make them into small bite-sized bondas, because we are celebrating Krishna's birthday. So nice and crisp. For Krishna Jayanti, we are making these very special beaten rice punugulu, because Krishna is supposed to be very fond of beaten rice. Thanks to my good friend Lakshmi from Kolattur, who shared this recipe with me. She's a fitness freak. Her husband is very particular about his intake. That's why she has recommended red rice and red poha. Both are very good for health because they're not polished. The last remaining batter, I made just one vada, just to show you that you can make them into small punugus or a vada, whichever you want. And you can add other vegetables to it. For example, maybe grated carrot, grated cabbage, maybe capsicum, then greens, of course. Finely chopped greens can be added, methi can be added. That also will give a good flavor, add to the health aspect. So n number of variations to suit your family's taste, you could do it. If you're not making it very spicy because you have children at home, the accompaniment can be made spicy. Just a coconut chutney with excess green chilies is good for this. Even the red chutney is very tasty with the vadas. You want to have it with tomato chutney or tomato sauce, you can have it. For the recipe of the tomato chutney, click on the link above. Grinding of the batter is the most essential part of this recipe. So ensure that you do not add too much water while grinding for the punugulu. It should be soft, it should be light, but it should not be very watery. The color after frying your punugulu are brown, not because we've over fried it, but because we've used red rice and red beaten rice. Both are very good for health. Red rice especially, it's not polished, it's supposed to be very good for health. Poha makes it lighter. Any dish you add poha to, it makes it lighter. That's why our punugulu are nice and light. I'm tempted to bite into one. Oops, so hot, but really good. Crisp on the outside. I would like more green chilies, but since we are making it for kids, we've gone slow on spice, but very, very tasty, very light, very crisp on the outside. Do try it. You will never stop with just one. I'm sure this has motivated you to cook. Do try it and give your feedback. For the recipe, click on meenman.com. For all your non-veg requirements as well, click on meenman.com and place your orders. Do follow us on FIT, that is Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I'm sure you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. Thank you.